What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of Mostly Wrong Opinions. Of course, my name is Tyrone. That is Devin. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, man?
Man, it's a good day. It's a new day. And today, we got a new Kobe coin for you guys. Today on the Kobe coin, what we got for today is two espionage or crime type of movies. One is John David Washington's movie Beckett.
They've been struggling with that name for
JD.
weeks in a row.
Okay, JD. Not money ain't a thing, JD.
Top down, screaming out, money ain't a thing.
but JD.
The other JD.
And it's number 24. That's what we're going to put Beckett on. And the next one is Collateral, starring Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise and Jada Pinkett Smith, and that's going to be on the Kobe coin on number 8. These are both two films that previously lost our Kobe coins, so we're going to put them both together and go flip for it, right?
Let's do it, man. Yeah. Do your daily stretches.
All right, here comes the flip. And what we're watching right now, coming up on the Kobe coin, is the JD.
Screaming out, money ain't a thing.
What's it called?
Beckett.
No one knows where we are. It's really just the two of us.
There was an accident with the car. Where's my girlfriend, April?
Beckett, the 2021 release starring John David Washington.
Good luck.
This movie is on Netflix right now. And here's the thing. When movies release to Netflix, it doesn't always mean it's going to be a hit and it's going to be like a knockout of the park. Or it also doesn't mean that it's going to stink like poo-poo. This stinks like poo-poo.
Damn.
And here's the thing. It's like they tried, okay? They had a premise here to where they have an American that's in a foreign country and, you know, he's on vacation. An accident happens to where it's his fault. Mm-hmm. And he's in a foreign country. His girlfriend's dead, and
hey, you're doing pretty good, man. I'm like, it took me a minute to remember what even happened in this film. I'm like, what was this movie about? Because it is the most forgettable action thriller I've ever seen in my life, and I put it in quotes because it's boring. Beckett's a touch boring, and it's like you said, they tried. It wasn't like it was boring because, you know, they're doing some sort of deep character study or something like that. They tried. There were action scenes and gunfights and chases, and it was still somehow dull. Now, again, you did a pretty good job describing the film because it is about Beckett and his girlfriend. They go to Greece Athens, Greece. Yeah. Athens, Greece.
They're like in a town or a city outside of Greece where all this is happening.
Right. Well, they're in a town outside of Athens, but they started off in Athens, but they left Athens because they heard about this protest going on, and they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be so loud outside."
Let's get out of
Let's
here.
Just go see let's see the Greek countryside.
Mistake.
Mistake. They get into a really silly car accident, and the car tumbles down a hill, blows through this like building. And Beckett sees something he's not supposed to see inside this building. And now he's got the Greek authorities after him. They want to kill him, and he doesn't know why. And more importantly, I didn't know why for a long time. The movie just lets that mystery hang. But the problem is, you know, there are people chasing him, and he's on the run. But unless you know the stakes, unless you understand why what person A is chasing person B, you don't care. So I'm like, what's happening in this film? Why are they chasing him? Who is this? And this goes on and he's confused too, but this goes on for way too long.
One of my favorite chase movies is The Fugitive, with Tommy Lee Jones and Wesley Snipes. And it's like those type of chase movies where it's like action and you have the music and it's just like all like that. You're like, yeah, get away, man, you're innocent. This one I'm like, is he innocent?
Well, yeah, you don't understand the stakes. Like, and they Beckett is kind of an idiot. Like he's kind of like a dumbass. Like he like falls asleep while he's driving and crashes off the countryside, and then he's like stumbling around. He doesn't know, he can't speak the language. He's just kind of bumbling from one spot to another. Nope, he can't fight. And all of this stuff could be interesting, right? You could be like, oh, okay, this makes it super high stakes, but instead it just makes it kind of dull and kind of boring. And I didn't, again, like I said, I went a long time before I understood what the stakes were and why he was on the run and who these people were that were chasing him. As a matter of fact, I've seen the movie now, and I'm still not 100% sure which side that the main cop was on.
Wait, do you know who these people could possibly be?
There's a group called Sunrise. They're far-right, ultra-nationalist Greeks.
So who's after me?
It's not Sunrise that's after you.
So the communists, they're the ones trying to kill me?
Was he a super far left guy or a super far right guy? Was he one of the communists or one of like the neo-Nazi type? I don't know. I think the movie told us.
I mean, the boy was in the trunk and he was in the car. So the whole movie revolves around this boy, but why was this boy so important? I don't know.
yeah. So he crashes into. Spoilers for a really shitty film that you probably shouldn't watch, so don't worry about it. But he crashes into the building. He sees a little redhead boy, and apparently this little boy has been missing. He's the son of some sort of politician or something like that, and he was used as ransom or some sort of a pawn,
or a political pawn.
I don't know. He was missing. Yeah, he was missing, and they didn't want people to know that he was being held in this building. And Beckett saw him in the building, so they were going to chase after him. But you know what? If they just let Beckett just leave the country, it just would have been the end of it. It would have been fine. Just Beckett didn't even know who that boy was. He had no clue who he was. He didn't give a shit, and he just wanted to go home
and bury his girlfriend. That's it.
And if they just let him go. If they just let him go home after the accident, it would have been fine, right? The movie would have been fine. Their plot would have gone through, no problems, right? There would have been any issue. But instead, they decided to start shooting him or shooting at him, and I'm like,
yeah, he's getting hit in the arm and all that. And here's the thing: everyone that Beckett ran into, they paid a price. Like the
oh yeah,
it's like the dude that was gonna help him would stitch him up. He got his face kicked in by the cop. The honeybee people who helped him find his bus to be able to get on to the train to get to Athens.
Yeah, he definitely killed the beekeeper. He even the little dog that he petted got shot. Yeah. His girlfriend was thrown through the window. Like, I was like, whoa, in a car crash. She was ejected from the car. Yeah. I was like, damn. He got everybody killed. But yeah, the problem here is, or one of the big problems is, I didn't care about the stakes.
The reason you didn't care is because the way that this stuff was put together with writers Kevin A. Rice and the screenplay by Fernando C.T. Filamario.
Fernando Cito Filamarino? Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of him, and I think the reason why I've never heard of him is this is his first English film, and I think that really hurt John David Washington's performance, because to me he looked terrible. I was like, this is one of the worst performances I've ever seen. You're talking about the bee people. There's a scene where he's near the bees and he's just like this the whole time. Hey, can you help me get to the bus?
Because he's getting stung.
This goes on for a long time.
Don't do this, because they will sting you. Careful. U.S. Embassy. For the U.S. Embassy.
You can have my phone. Wait.
Thank you.
Yeah.
shit, I don't know how to call the embassy.
But so I'm like, is it important that he's getting stung? No. So just have him stand there. And if he's getting stung, he should just go, ow,
Or just
and that's it. Yeah, that's it. One of these. But instead, he's like, he does this the whole time. And so at that point, because it was early in the movie, I was like, has Beckett been drugged? I was like, maybe that's what it is. I was like, Beckett has been drugged. And I was going this whole thing in my head. I was like, oh, he might be hallucinating this thing. Maybe this whole film isn't even actually happening. Nope. The John David Washington's performance is just bizarre.
It's ringing.
I think it's because he didn't get a lot of help from his director.
I'm at a loss of words.
What's weird about that is, like you said, this is a chase movie, and I feel like they did have like the chase movie music, like it's like do 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 do. But I'm just sitting there like trying to understand this movie. Like I didn't understand it, and I didn't care for it. So apparently this movie was originally, it had a different name, and it was supposed to come out in theaters. But I think the name was Born to Die or something like that. Well, I think Netflix rescued this movie, because if this came out in the theater, oh my God.
Listen, people, we don't get on our show mostly wrong opinions here to bash movies. I know some of the movies that we have had on this channel is bad, but we do this so you don't have to go through the problem of wasting your time. You could be folding clothes, doing dishes. You could be doing all this stuff,
vacuuming the floor.
Doing all that stuff instead of watching this movie. And as of right now, I think we said everything that we could say about this film. I'm going to go ahead and give my rating. This film, the gun sounds were nice. That's
really funny. You gotta cling on to something.
Yeah,
Hold on to something. Alicia Vikander's in here, and she's a really good actress. She gets ejected out of the window like very early on in the film and dies. So she's only in here for a second, but you know, she's here.
So I'm gonna give this movie, as forgettable as it is, I'm going to give it a 1.5. And 1.5, wow. I do not recommend this movie. If you want to watch something that John David Washington is in, of course, BlacKkKlansman. Of course, you can watch Malcolm and Marie. That's on Netflix. Watch that. So,
or better yet, you could watch Paint Dry or A Pot Boil, or whatever. just don't watch this one. So for me, the problem with this movie isn't necessarily that it's bad, it's that it's boring. Like, it commits like the worst cinema sin, and that's just being dull. If this was bad to like a funny bad or something, I might have enjoyed it, but it's really bland. The movie's super bland. It's not shot in an interesting way. John David Washington does not help elevate this movie at all. Alicia Vikander, she doesn't really do much here either, because she dies like instantaneously. So I'm gonna give this movie a 3 for just being really slow, really boring, and a little confusing. And also it starts to get funny bad at some points, right? Because Beckett he gets stung by bees, he gets in a car crash, he gets shot in the arm, he jumps off a building and lands on another car, he gets hit by a car. He gets put into multiple trunks.
I forgot about that. This man jumped from like 5 stories of a building and lands on a car like he's Batman from freaking The Dark Knight Rises.
Like Batman. Yeah, and he's just supposed to be some guy. I'm like, how is that? So if he mistimed that timing, he just would have gone splat on the ground, and the movie would have just been funnier, and it would have ended sooner.
Shining down on me from heaven.
is like starts to get into funny bad, you know, but it doesn't stay there long enough. And I don't recommend this movie at all. Go do something else. Like Tyrone said, go do the dishes or something. Don't watch this.
So Devin gave this movie a higher score than me. He gave it a 3. I gave this movie a 1.5. Save yourself some time, some energy, some thought, some brain cells, all of that. And do not watch Beckett.
It's over, Beckett.
What did you want with me?
And that was our review for today. We'd like to thank you for clicking on this video. Please do us a favor, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with everything we do right here on Mostly Wrong Opinions. We have a lot of things that's on this channel. Go ahead and click some of that stuff that's in our profile. Remember, we every Friday at 3 p.m. we have new episodes of Mostly Wrong Opinions here, okay? You can do this. You can hit the like on this video. We really do appreciate it. Let's help out the channel. Or you can hit the dislike on this video. You know, whatever it is your opinion. But just remember, it's mostly wrong. Have a good day. Be a superhero. Be Batman. Jumping up on stuff, landing on cars. I'm going to sleep.